And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. We are here with our mini segment, All In with Alan. Yo, baby, what are we going to talk about
So,
today?
boy, it looks like we got our guy, right?
Yes, sir, we got Kliff
It's
Kingsbury,
Kliff.
man.
That's the report. That's the report, man. Hey, I like it. We got to support it, whether you like it or not. He's the dude.
All
He's
right.
the dude.
You said you like this pick. Now, hey, what do you like about it, and why do you think it's a good fit for the Raiders?
Man, I think the experience is what they were going after, in my opinion. He's got 4 years as a head coach, whether he had success or not. Uh, 4 years calling the offense out there in Arizona. It's 4 more years of play calling he's got over who we had. I'm not sure where Van Pelt was in the scheme of things, uh, but yeah, I think it's a good move.
And you know what? I really had to think about it. As you know, I've been like, hey, I really was going for Van Pelt. I thought like he was really a good fit. Now I know that he's going to New England, but I'll be like,
Oh, is he? I didn't see that.
yeah, he's going to New England with Jared Mayo.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so
Did
that's an
that break
interesting.
before the Cliff news?
That I think almost broke at the same time.
Oh, okay. And maybe that's why they pulled the trigger on Cliff. Maybe
Maybe.
he decided not to come to Vegas.
And that might be a decision that was made. Of course, we'll never know. But I'll be
Right.
like, now that we have Kingsbury in the fold, I'll be like, it really gives us a clearer view of what we think we need to draft. Now, when we look at that, where do you think the Raiders go on now to say, hey, we got Kingsbury, okay? We got our OC in the draft or in free agency? Where do you see this coming in, and what quarterbacks do you see that could come in and fit the system right now?
Man, I don't see any of those free agents coming in like we talked about last night. Honestly, I don't think any of them fit the system. And like Gunny said last night, man, they're all second stringers, backups. I
Yeah.
think we got two options, man. I think it's you make a move for Fields, keep your first round pick, or all out, man. Like I've been saying, go get your guy, whether
Uh,
that's Caleb, Jaden, whoever.
And you know what? There's some key words you said there. Go get your guy. And a lot of the reasons that they're saying that Telesco got the job was because when he came into the interview, he didn't say, "Hey, we're gonna get the best guy available." He literally said, "Hey, if we gotta get the guy that we have to get, then I'm gonna make the move to go get him."
hundred
Which
percent.
it's crucial. Now you
Yeah,
say that guy's you're saying, who do you see as that guy though that they'll make the move for?
that's a good question. So in the draft, I think it's one of two. I think it's Caleb because he's got experience, right, with Cliff.
Yeah,
Uh, Vegas is one of his spots that he threw out there months and months ago. But I also think it's Jaden. You know, Jaden can run that air raid offense. Jaden's got experience with AP, so I really think it could go either way. It just depends on where, if they decide to move up, and that's the move they're going. It's just where they can get to. If they can get to one, I don't know that you're going to get. I don't know that you're going to make a move with Washington. I don't know where they're going to land, but I don't think Washington's going to budge. I think they're going to go quarterback.
I think so as well. Now, again, we're talking about, hey, Dre, you got the top three picks. Now, if we can't get into those top three picks, who do you really feel like, hey, can come in and be like, yo, can make it happen for us outside those top three picks? You got Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb Williams that are top three guys that are
Yeah,
really,
if them
you know,
if them dudes are all gone, man. I mean, obviously you're going to look at Nix, at Penix, and I think you give McCarthy a look. The one thing I like about McCarthy is he's young. Right? He's not even 21 yet. I'm not sure when he will be, but he's not even 21 yet. Um, to me, he seems like a team first guy. Uh, whatever the game plan is, and then that's what he's running. That's what he seems like he just wants to win, in my opinion. Um, outside of the draft, man, I think Justin Fields is still largely in play for us.
I believe
Now,
so.
I think you probably got some competition with Atlanta, maybe. I don't know what they're going to do, what Raheem Morris is going to do, but they're going to be in for a quarterback too. And he's from Atlanta, so that might be where he lands.
So let me ask you this. There's been some rumors that I've heard that Marcus Mariota would be a possibility as a free agent. What do you think about that?
Man, I think Mariota's time is played out, man. Could it work? Possibly. How old is that dude now? I mean, he's got to be early 30s, right?
Yep, something like that.
The dude struggles to stay healthy. Um, he's run a system like this, though, right? With Chip Kelly in Oregon.
Yep.
They had success. I mean, they went to the national championship game.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Um, so I mean, could he be a fill-in guy? I think so, for sure. But uh, I don't know. Are they looking for are we looking for the long term answer this offseason? Or are we looking for a bridge guy? In
well,
my opinion, I think it's the long term answer.
all right. So you said long-term answer. Who in your mind right now is the best long-term answer and why?
Just man, I think Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels is a good fit. I think that I mean, the dude can throw the ball. We all know he can run the ball. I mean, he threw for 10,000 and ran for what was it, 2,000?
Yeah.
Look at his year this year, though. I mean, the dude had what, 40 touchdowns and 4 picks. And a lot of people say he wasn't in big time games. He played at LSU in the SEC. When is it not a big time game in the SEC?
Yeah, it's big time elite competition.
It's good football, man. Regardless, and they lost some games, but we got to remember, it's a team game too.
No, absolutely. Now, I mean, like, do you see Jaden Daniels as being a game changer?
Yeah, I think so.
You think he's
I,
that
I
that type of special guy, huh?
yeah, I think so, man. I do.
All
I do.
right.
I think Caleb, man, Caleb's emotions worry me. I think he could be that generational talent, right? We've all seen it at
Hmm.
USC. Uh, but that dude's emotional, man. And I don't, I just don't know. I don't know how he's going to adjust to the NFL. I think the dude's talented. Uh, but that side of his game worries me when stuff doesn't go his way.
No, okay. Now, let me ask you this: if you were to compare a guy that has played in the NFL to Jaden Daniels, who do you compare him to? Who is he similar? What playing style do you see him playing?
Man, I haven't thought about that one. What pro? What pro? We're not talking just current, just any
No.
past or present.
Yep. Can I give you a name?
Yeah, throw it out.
So for me, like what he looks like is Randall Cunningham.
Okay,
He has a big
I
arm,
could see it.
can
Yeah,
throw the ball vertically, has a big proficient way of like looking at the field and can extend the plays with his feet. Hyper athletic. I mean, a straight athlete playing quarterback.
yeah,
Now, my question with Jaden Daniels is going to be like, you know what? Your athleticism is going to take you so far. And you've
right.
depended on that when you break down in college. And yes, when you're in college and you run about a 4.5 or a 4.6 at quarterback, you're fast.
Oh,
In
for
the
sure.
NFL, you're not fast.
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah. You're like, okay, guy, like linebackers run 4.4s.
right.
So again, that's where I go and I say, hey, what? How much of your game can you develop? I can see a lot of the upside that you talk about, but again, it's saying, hey, are you going to be able to sit in the pocket, extend plays when you need to, and make plays from the pocket when you have to?
Yeah, I think he could do all of those things. I'm not looking for, you know, a super fast quarterback, a Michael Vick fast quarterback. I think just somebody that can extend the plays when needed. Uh, you
Absolutely.
know, we've lacked that for what, 10 years now.
Mm. No.
Because
You're absolutely correct. I mean, it's a guy that's back there that can extend the plays, be accurate. I mean, like it's a different type of ball game. I think when you look at 2016 Derek Carr, that's
extended the
what
plays with his feet.
that's what we need.
Yep.
We need
Yep.
2016 Derek Carr.
100%. 100%. And I think, and I think all five, right? Really six. What do we got? Six quarterbacks. You got what? Williams. If you throw JJ in there, you got six quarterbacks, right? That
Yeah.
everybody thinks can play in this league. And I don't think not one of them can not extend the plays, right? I can't speak on Drake too much because I haven't watched a lot of his film. But
But but Drake
I,
May reminds me a lot of Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy
okay,
has that like he's not fast.
right. But he's willing to pick it up when he needs to.
Yeah. And I'd be like, that's something that's key.
Yeah, 100%, man. If you look, man, I know, and I've caught a lot of shit because I've said over and over again that AOC ain't the dude because he doesn't use his legs, and that's not something you teach, right? Especially when you're at the pro level. Using your legs is not something you just learn to pick up in an off season.
No,
And
and it's not
I've
something
gotten
he
killed for
does.
that, man. But it's not a part of his game, and the pocket passer is dead, and it's really dead in this offense.
No, absolutely. Now that we see Kingsbury, I mean, like
Yeah,
now. So, what do you see happening with AOC?
I mean, I think he's still there. I think he's the backup, right?
Hmm.
Um, I mean, what do you, I mean, unless somebody just wants to give you something for him, right? But I mean, because what else do you do with him? You don't cut him for sure.
All right.
I think he's there. I think he's the backup. I think you'll hear they're going to compete with whoever they bring in, but if they bring in a guy that's even a little bit mobile, AOC lost the job in my opinion.
No, absolutely. I get what you're saying there. Now, let me say, all right, you got AOC. What happens with Jimmy G?
Oh, we all know he's gone.
He's
June
gone.
1st, he's out.
You expect Hoyer out as well, though.
I don't know, man. What's his cap hit? I mean, it's like 4 million. He
Yep.
got 4 million total, right, for 2 years.
Yep.
Uh, so I don't know, man. Is he the veteran they keep? Does he play out that last year? Does he retire? What does he do? I really don't know, man. Because he'd most likely be that third quarterback, right? That's dressed but not on the active roster every week,
Yeah, but if a
unless
guy goes
both
down,
guys
I
go
mean,
down.
like, can he run the offense?
Well, yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's why I'm like, that pretty much puts two veteran guys out. You
Yeah,
have to bring in a rookie, and you may have to bring in another veteran. Now,
I
Justin
still think
Fields,
so. If they do that, man, so let's just say they go Fields, right? You
yeah,
got AOC that's probably going to be the two, and I think you bring in a guy like Tyrod Taylor who's got history with Telesco in LA, right? Uh, Tyrod Taylor could run that offense, I think, if for a game or two or a quarter or a half or whatever it need be.
well, let me ask you this, and let me see, because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, it has to be either or, either or." What if, okay, we draft quarterback, not
Hmm.
maybe in the first, maybe in the second, like a Michael Penix, a Bo Nix, um, and then we get because if we see, hey, Caleb Williams went number one, we make a move for Fields, we get Fields, and then we have AOC. What do you think about that QB room?
Man, that's interesting for sure. Uh, Honestly, man, I think we're gonna know the direction we're going pretty early on, man. I think we're gonna know probably mid or early to mid March, right? I think if the Fields deal is gonna go down, Chicago's telling everybody that they're staying one, they're gonna deal Fields, right? So I think the Fields deal could go down, and Chicago decides they don't want to stay there.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna see that early, like a couple of years ago. What was it, 2021, somewhere in there, 2020, when San Francisco moved up and took Trey Lance, right?
yeah.
They traded super early in the offseason on that deal.
And you know
It
what?
it was like a
I've heard
month
that.
out.
Yeah. And I've heard that. Now, I find that interesting. You might do that early, but I also might play the cards close to the vest. I want to see what people want to give me so I can play it close to the vest and be like, all right, man, I already know what I'm going to do.
Right,
Now it's like,
right.
okay, let's see where the chips
How
fall.
early?
Go ahead.
How early did Carolina make that move last year? Do we remember? I don't remember.
No, I don't. And it
I
wasn't
mean,
before the draft,
yeah, it was.
was it?
Yeah, it was before it wasn't on draft night. It was before the draft.
And
I
it
just
might be. I
don't
mean, like,
remember.
but again, they felt like they had that one guy that was there.
You
That was from 9 to 1. I mean, like for us to do it before draft night, you're basically giving up one, a two, a one, a two, and a three, and maybe a player.
right, right.
Six
I
guys.
think I think you're giving up. You're going to swap first, right, this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're probably, man. I'd try to keep the second this year, and maybe this year's swap and a third, and next year's first and second, or I don't know what you got to. You got to do. It's got to be comparable, right, to what Carolina gave up last year, if not just a little bit more.
Exactly. So I mean, like,
But hey,
and
man, at some point, like I've said before, at some point, right, this organization is man. So we moved on from Derek Carr, right?
yeah, you got to go
Everybody
all in or
wanted it.
bust on a guy.
Everybody was ready. Yeah, but here's the thing. Here was my problem with the whole moving on from Carr thing is you didn't have a concrete plan, right? Your plan was we're going to go with the 45-year-old quarterback who can bridge us for a year or two, right?
Yeah.
That backfired. Tom Brady was like, deuces, we gone. So
Well,
you moved on and you didn't have a backup plan.
yeah.
That was my biggest issue with moving on. Because I think possibly, man, that team last year probably could have got to 10 wins with a guy like Carr in the second year in that offense. He always played better in year two in a new offense.
No, I agree with you
Um,
there. I think we would have been
but
better, but I mean, like at the end of the day, we didn't get that choice.
right, and I think at some point, man, we have to say and I think with Telesco and AP, and I think everybody, I think we have to say, man, we got to go. We got to let him hang and go get our guy. Whether he pans out or not, it's a draft, bro. It's a 50-50 shot.
All right. No, I got you. So, hey, to wrap this up, last question.
All right.
Okay. Who do you see us drafting right now? You got Kingsbury, and who are you comfortable with? And let me know if you make a move in the draft or whatever, what you're giving up for him, and what you see as the predictions for next year with that person at quarterback.
Man, I think we let him hang. I think we go get Williams or Daniels, in
Okay.
my opinion. Uh, and like I said, it's going to have to be a package comparable to what Carolina gave up last year, if not a little more, just because we're four spots further down.
Okay. So give me your package.
Man, okay, so I don't have my deal. So, man, you may have to throw that third first pick in there. You know what I mean? You may have to give up what Carolina gave up and either throw another second or another first in there. I think we may give up a player, and I think it would be Renfro, and I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
But I think Renfro could have some success in this offense.
I agree too. So you're thinking three number ones, two number twos, and maybe a player.
Man, I'd have to look at it. At what Carolina gave up exactly. I got it written down. I forgot to grab my notes. Um,
Yeah. No,
but
but I mean
yeah,
like off
whatever,
the top of
whatever,
your head.
yeah, whatever Carolina gave up, man, and maybe just a little bit more. I don't know what that little bit more is. But I think that's the direction they go.
Okay. Now you said
I think they throw it all out on the table.
let's say we throw it all out on the table. What do you see the Raiders?
Yep.
Where do you see the Raiders' record next year if Jaden Daniels is their quarterback with Kingsbury?
Man, if that defense takes another monster leap like it did in what 9 games,
Yeah.
boy, I mean, the offense doesn't have to be much better next year, right? We just got to be able to score more than 20. But I think in that offense with Jaden Daniels, man, I think we can get to 10, maybe 11 wins.
Oh man, that means playoffs, baby.
Yeah, that's two better than this year, right? We were two better this year than we were last year, so we're improving every year. So why not tack on two more and get to 10?
Oh shoot, no doubt. Hey,
And we got a favorable schedule, man.
no, we do,
We
man, and I
really,
mean,
really do.
I can see it. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, dude, with the record that you're talking about, I'm like, I can see it. All right, man. Hey, guys, we want you guys to click subscribe. Make sure that you guys listen to our regular podcast, that Silver and Black Radio podcast. Hey, this is the Silver and Black Radio podcast, all in mini segment with all in. Hey, y'all heard? It's all about the
Raiders.
Raiders. Let's go.